The first thing I wanted to share is my portfolio site.
Amazing.
So I built this using Replit. I've really been a big fan of Replit. I've used Lovable a little bit, but Replit, just that it works, just kind of speaks to me. And so I built this page. What I wanted to do was I wanted to make sure that I was sharing my projects and highlighting especially the different things that I've done with AI throughout this course. And then I also wanted to practice making a chatbot, which is really what my focus was here. So throughout the site, I mean, the site's pretty straightforward as far as layout. I've got 3 different projects that I've kind of worked on so far. I put in a blog and a contact section, and then I built a admin panel as part of this because I didn't have a CMS that I wanted to plug into. So Replit actually just built my own in Replit. So from here, I can add new projects. The project template is pretty simple. I wanted to be able to generate AI images potentially. So it'll actually generate an AI image for me based off, I think it asked me for a prompt. Yeah. And I can add whatever else in here, blog posts. And this one actually is an AI generated computer typing a blog post. I wanted also for my chatbot to be able to add additional context.
Nice.
So like my resume, for example, I didn't necessarily want that to just be out there, but I wanted the chatbot to be able to reference it and to answer questions based off of it. So I added the ability to add documents. Some of the stuff is not showing up, which is part of the broken stuff that I'm working on. And then I didn't really have a method. So there's this contact form. I didn't want to pay for an email application. So I just have the contact forms being sent to a contact submission page. And then for the chatbot, you ask questions about different projects. I was able to ask, what are Phil's hobbies? And it pulls up this section from a blog that I wrote. The blog that I wrote, I went to ChatGPT and I was like, write a blog post about me. And then I just posted that. The questions that I've asked ChatGPT obviously are about tabletop RPGs and fantasy worlds. And
Nice.
So that's what it thought about me. My hobbies were. You can ask who my wife is. And it says Phil's wife is Alyssa and she's an amazing teacher. But the prompt for this, I went through several iterations of the prompt. I actually also added a feedback button in so that there's a little bit of a feedback loop here. And that is also administered from this admin panel. And then the feedback loop, I can hit analyze feedback and it sends it to ChatGPT to analyze the feedback and sends me a little write-up of this is what was good, and this is what was bad, and this is why it was good and why it was bad. And then from the dashboard, if I add a blog post or if I add anything else, if I upload a document and hit retrain chatbot, that's where it will go through and chunk everything for me so that it can use it as a RAG system.